everybody. Thanks so much for joining us right here for Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. I'm ready for your questions. But before we get started, I want to tell you about one of our sponsors, AMAC. AMAC is an organization dedicated to America's seniors, but it's also vital for conservatives of all ages. AMAC stands out by not only advocating for senior issues, but also by pushing for conservative values that affect us all. By joining, you're not just supporting our senior citizens, you're part of a movement defending our freedoms and securing our nation's future. As a member, you can enjoy benefits tailored to you. Exclusive discounts, trusted news, sweepstakes, and much more, regardless of your age. If you're driven to preserve freedom, AMAC welcomes you. This is about uniting youthful vigor with the wisdom of experience in our quest for conservative principles. Sign up now at amac.us/LARA, and for a limited time, get a free gift membership for someone who shares your love for our great nation. Don't miss out on this chance to make a difference with AMAC. Join today at amac.us/LARA and extend the invitation to a friend or family member for free. Now, let's get to those questions. Okay, question number one. Question number one, when is the vote to make you co-chair of the RNC? It happened. It was on Friday of last week. We were in the beautiful city of Houston, although it was a rainy day there. And we had a quorum of the RNC committee members. There are 168 in total. Not all 168 were there. We were missing a few, but it was a unanimous vote, and I was truly honored. We first heard a very nice speech from Ronna McDaniel as she exited her role as chair of the Republican National Committee. There was a vote, and a unanimous vote, for Michael Whatley to then become the chairman in her place. And then there was a vote for me to become the co-chair. And I have to say, I was truly honored. It's amazing to be in a position like this because it really shows how big this movement has become, how much people love this country and are willing to fight for this country. And I can promise you, I'm going to do just that in this role. We have less than 8 months between now and Election Day, and we are going to work our hardest at the RNC. We already started. This has been a very exciting week. If you've been paying attention, a lot of things moving around and shifting, but it's all for the better, and it will be so that we have an incredible team as we head towards November. So we're going to be doing a lot of fundraising. I'm going to be sending you'll probably get emails and texts from me, and we're going to be doing a lot of voter turnout and a lot of election integrity. This is the most important thing that we are going to focus on at the RNC, because let's be honest, if you out there don't believe that your vote matters and you don't believe we have free, fair, and transparent elections, we're not living in the United States of America. We know how the other side likes to operate. Make no mistake about it. They've been playing this game totally differently. They've been over here, we've been over here, and now we've got to come and meet them and play the game better than they do, because that's how we're going to win. So stay tuned, pay attention. I think you're going to see a lot of exciting things happening. Now we know 100% for sure that Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. That's all shored up. That's out of the way. Now we unite as a party. Now we come together, and now we save our country. That's what it's about this November. And I'm just going to go out on a limb. I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. This is going to be the most important, and also I believe the most historic election in the history of our country. I think you're going to see people coming out in ways that are unimaginable to vote for Donald Trump, because I think you've seen such a stark contrast between the time he was in office and the current guy there right now. And man, what a disaster that guy is. So get ready. We're working hard. No sleep, no rest, 8 months, and then we're going to win. All right, next question. What is the strategy of Trump's team to deal with election integrity issues? Funny you should ask this question, as we're already talking about it. Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to talk too in detail and in depth about this, because I know that there are a lot of Democrats who are big fans of this show who love to tune in, and that's great, and we love that, but I'm not going to give you guys, show our hand to you. So sorry, I'm not going to talk about all of it. Here's the thing you have to understand. Right now, in 23 states around this country, we have 78 lawsuits out. These lawsuits are designed to make it easier to vote and harder to cheat. If you look back at 2020, it really exposed a lot of flaws in our system. And it also showed us that people will just arbitrarily change voting laws illegally. The state legislatures, of course, are supposed to be the ones who enact laws in each state for voting. And due to COVID, they were like, oh, we're just going to kind of change some things around here. And it was very unfair, and it was not supposed to happen that way. And it gave an advantage, oh, imagine this, to the Democrats. So those lawsuits, some of them are to reverse that. Some of them are just to make it, again, easier for people to vote and harder to cheat. So that is number one. Those things are happening out there across the country. Something the Republican National Committee was not able to do for a long time, and we are now, there was a moratorium on trained poll workers. So these are people who are not just standing in there kind of looking around, which we want too. If you want to volunteer, DonaldJTrump.com, GOP.com, we want you to volunteer. These are people who can actually go in there and physically handle the ballots. They can count the ballots coming in, count the ballots going out. So if all of a sudden you have a huge total of ballots that came out of X polling location and you were the person there, you're going to say, wait a minute, I know that's not right because I have the exact number here. We're going to be able to call them on those things. We also are going to have paid and volunteer attorneys all across this country as well in all of these different polling locations. Likewise, if you are a lawyer and you would like to donate your time and you would like to be a part of our team, we need you to save America. DonaldJTrump.com, GOP.com. Please come volunteer for that as well. That is actually what we're going to have in these polling locations to ensure that things are working properly, smoothly, and there's no illegal activity. When you mail a ballot in, we're going to have people at the mail centers as well. So that is actually what's happening in the polling locations. But in addition to that, we've got to start telling people to vote early. I understand that as conservatives, we like to go vote on election day. It's very exciting. You get the sticker, the whole bit. You get the sticker if you go vote early too. And I want you posting your photo on social media, your selfie with the sticker that you voted. And then you get people every day from the first day of early voting. When you go vote, bank that vote, get them in there to vote every day thereafter. We need people doing that so that as we go into election day on November 5th, we overwhelm the Democrats with the number of votes for Donald Trump so that it doesn't matter. It's impossible for them to cheat, no matter how hard they're trying in these different locations. It will be impossible. We're going to do things like legal ballot harvesting. That's where you have people who can go to a group setting, I don't know, maybe a senior center of some variety, where people want to turn in their ballots and they can take those ballots legally. Democrats sometimes aren't doing it legally. We know what you do. Legally, we're going to take those ballots and we're going to return them so that these people have the ability to vote as well. That's how you win on November 5th. And then once Donald Trump is president of the United States, once we have a huge majority in the House, because that's also something that needs to happen this election cycle, and we take back the Senate, then you can change the voting laws. Then you could have one day of voting. You could have paper ballots. You could have voter ID all across this country. Would love to get back to a space of that happening. In order to get there, we got to play the hand we're dealt, and the hand we're dealt is early voting, Democrats who aren't playing the game the right way. And let's face it, we've got to change the way we're playing it as well. That's what we're going to do this election cycle. Okay. All right, let's do a quick commercial break. All right, hate to interrupt the show, but if you know anything about me, you know how seriously I take my health. One of the ways I stay healthy is taking Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule. They have an amazing story of how this product was developed by Dr. Douglas Howard. Balance of Nature receives over 1,000 success stories every single month. They have hundreds of thousands of customers who've purchased billions of capsules of their fruits and veggies over the past 20 years. Their products are gluten-free and non-GMO, and they contain no added sugars or synthetics. If you're looking for something to make you feel better naturally, you should definitely give Balance of Nature a try. Whether you order online or call them direct, you can use the promo code LARA to get this special offer of 35% off, plus $10 off any additional sets, plus free shipping and their money-back guarantee. You can call them at 800-246-8751 and use discount code LARA, or order online at balanceofnature.com and use discount code LARA to get 35% off. All right, Mike Lindell has a passion to help you get the best sleep of your life. After he invented the world's best pillow, he created the famous Giza Dream Sheets. They're the best sheets you will ever sleep on. And for a limited time, you can get a queen set for $59.98, a king set for just $69.98. This is the lowest price in history. Mike and MyPillow continue to be canceled by big box stores and attacked by the media. They appreciate all of your great support during these times and want to thank you by giving you free shipping on your entire order today. To get these specials, go to mypillow.com or call 800-624-3945 and use promo code TRUMP. You get the famous Giza Dream Sheets, queen size for only $59.98 and king size for just $69.98. You will also get 60% off the original My Slippers. So call 800-624-3945 or go to mypillow.com and use promo code TRUMP for free shipping today. All right, next question. What is your self-care routine / time? Oh, I could go a whole lot of different ways. I mean, self-care there's a lot in there. Depends on the day. Depends what I have time for. I had to fly up to Washington, D.C. on Monday morning. I had a 7 a.m. flight, so I had to leave my house rather early. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning because you know what? I wanted to go for a little run. That's self-care to me. I got to have that time. Even though it was like 30 minutes, I went out, I did it. I broke a sweat. I felt good about it. And it's a mental thing for me too. If I know I'm sitting all day in an office, in an airplane, in airports, in cars, I got to go move. I got to go do stuff. And that's it. That was the whole self-care routine for that day. Now, other days, let's take maybe a Sunday, for example. Certainly love to get a good workout in, but something else I started doing, God, and I'm like ashamed to even say it because it's one of these things that I used to make fun of people for doing. And now I do it. Cold plunge. I do the sauna cold plunge. So I do 5 minutes in the sauna, 5 minutes in the cold plunge. They actually took the thermometer out of our cold plunge. So I don't really know how cold it is, but I'm telling you, they made it colder. I think it's probably like 42 degrees. The health benefits of this are very widely studied and distributed. You can go look it up for yourself, but it is supposed to do things like increase your metabolism, promote growth of brown over yellow fat in your body, which is good for your body overall. But it also has a lot of mental benefits. You release things like serotonin, norepinephrine, all the feel-good chemicals. So when you come out of it, you're like really hyped and ready to go. But it also, there's like a mental aspect of it. And I think for me, that's something I like. I'm one of these sickos. I know, I got it. That I like to challenge myself in ways so that then when I find myself in a real life situation and it's very challenging, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I sat in that really freezing cold water for 5 minutes. Although it hurt, although my body was telling me that I couldn't do it, I did it. So mentally, I know I have the ability to overcome things. That's something that I've been really into lately, and I like doing it. Now, on the front end of the cold plunge, I go into the sauna for 5 minutes and I crank that sucker as hot as it'll go. I know some people are in these saunas for like 15 minutes. I got to be honest, I don't know how y'all are doing that. 5 minutes, that's enough for me. I'm all set. So I do sauna and cold plunge, and they say you're supposed to end on cold so that your body has to work hard to bring itself back up to temperature. Anyway, there are all these health benefits of doing it. I started doing that. And when I can't do it, like Saturday and Sunday every week, I get really like bummed out about it, and I really try to do it. Outside of that, I mean, I try to do the basics. I try to make sure that I go to bed with a clean face, no makeup on, you know, all those things. There's not a whole lot of time, to be honest with you, for the self-care aspect of my life right now. I'm going to guess November 6th. I'm going to try and take back up some of those things. But yeah, getting a workout in, trying to do a cold plunge a couple days a week. That's really how I'm trying to live my life right now. And I wish I had a little more time for it. But again, 8 months, we'll get back to all that. Okay. Final question. What sort of drugs are you on? Because I want some. It's kind of about what drugs I'm on, because I don't take drugs. You should ask Joe Biden about his drugs. That State of the Union, whatever they gave this guy, they were really worried. Let's be honest. Let's just talk about something really quick. Joe Biden came out so hot and so angry at that State of the Union. They must have dosed him up on God knows what, bless his heart, before he went out there. I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot to take in, a lot of yelling, a lot of anger and aggression, and like very upset faces, like scolding us, angry old man, get off my lawn, kids, like that kind of attitude. That was the vibe. So it's not about what drugs I'm on, but yeah, I don't even know. I've got enough energy. I've got enough going on. And I actually feel like people are always like, oh, how are you doing it all? It's like, when a car starts rolling down a hill and it's in neutral, it just picks up speed as it's going. I'm trying to use that mentality. I'm trying to get on that level. That's what I'm trying to do in life, because I feel like once you stop, once you take a break, once you like stop what you're doing, then it's over. Then to get back up and moving again, forget it. I just got to keep going. And obviously I'll take a long break after this election, but that's how we operate. And quite frankly, if you've ever noticed, that's how Donald Trump operates as well. I've been reminiscing lately about the 2016 election, and I think back to the night before the election. It was November 7th. He did, I think, 5 rallies that day. He started in Florida and he ended in Michigan, if you remember. 1 rally is a lot. Try going up and talking to people for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. We're talking about tens of thousands of people a pop. And doing that 5 times all over the country, starting at like 85 degrees down in Florida, going up to like 0 degrees in Michigan. I mean, that is incredible. And then he got home that night. I think the last rally started at like 1 o'clock in the morning. He got home that night, or that morning, I should say, morning of election day at 4 o'clock in the morning, didn't sleep. And then if you think about the whole next day, election day, and what transpired, this guy's incredible. I'm trying to take a note from Donald J. Trump, because that's the kind of energy that I'm looking for. That's the kind of energy we need to save the United States of America. So that's the guy. That's our guy. That's the one who's going to do it. I'm here to fight for him. I hope you are too. And that's going to do it for us for this episode of Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. Make sure you send us more questions. You can post it under this episode. You can go to any of our social media, and we will see you back here next time for more of Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. Nothing is worse than being on a phone call that drops. Nothing is worse than trying to text someone and you can't reach them because your phone is out of service range. And nothing is worse than supporting these major corporations and companies who don't support us. That is why I love Patriot Mobile. They are America's only Christian conservative wireless network. They use every cell tower out there available to all networks so that they have the greatest 4G and 5G coverage nationwide, and they support the causes that are important to us as conservatives. If you go today to patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump and use the promo code Trump, you will get free activation today. Again, that is patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump. The promo code is Trump for free activation so that you can get a great cell plan and feel good about doing it.